It's market update time. We're going to have a look at the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, I'm going to look at the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. I've had some time to calm down now since my last video. I've had the weekend just to chill and just relax, and Friday for me was definitely a just crazy day for me, and I'll probably do another video later on the reason why I was so excited about that, despite the fact that I've got a lot of money on this market right now, a lot of money. But let's actually have a look. So now I've actually had some time to step back, and I spent the weekend with the kids. I didn't look at the markets, didn't think about the markets. And now I've come back Monday, and now I'm actually having a look at seeing what the charts are telling me with a bit more of a clearer view, because every single time you're a trader, you want to get excited about certain things happening, but you also want to pull yourself away, calm yourself down, and say, okay, then let's just make sure things are on track. Let's make sure that things are going as well as just make sure that we are seeing what we should be seeing, not what we want to see. And that's what you always want to say. So, and that's the reason why I came back this morning and done my analysis, and now I want to show you what I see. Now, let's actually bring up the Dow Jones first. We'll look at the Dow Jones and a few things that I want to show you. The first thing that I want to show you with the Dow Jones was, for the last couple of weeks, I've been saying that let me bring this here. This is my remote. This is my little tool thing here, by the way, guys. If you guys are wondering, that's my little tool thing up there. It helps me do all my drawings and stuff on the screen. For the last couple of weeks, I've actually said to you guys that if we break above 18,000, and so the line in the sand for me was 18,000 mark. If we break above 18,000, close above it, then I think we're raising new highs. Now, as I've said to you guys many times, that's not what I think was going to happen, and the charts were telling me something was about to hit the markets, and the reason why was because the Dow Jones was the weakest. And you guys that have been following me now for quite some time, you guys know I've said many times that the Dow Jones is still the weakest overall, and that's showing a lot of weakness in the charts, and we're likely to get a turn down soon. So we're actually at that point there in the 18,000 before the drop down came through here. So you had a big selling bar down through here, and obviously big selling through here. But also, guys, if you have a look at what the market was actually doing as well, you can actually see that it actually made one top, it actually made a double top, and now we've actually broken down now to a lower. This is going to form a lower trough. So this is actually a stair. This is going to form a lower trough here, or even if it has another down day, it's going to form a stair step down. So that's actually a weak sign. But I was also on the bear camp too, because I was saying if you check this line out, we actually continue to break below this trend line, and I was saying we had this point through here, and we actually bounced off that level through there, and all through here as well all through that level there, and you can see how it rejected it there and then rejected it here as well too. So this whole area through here, plus if you have a look at, let's just bring up a blue line, plus you can see this line through here was indeed, you got this point through there, that point through there, and you got those points through there as well too. So there's a lot of areas of resistance where the market ran up to that, and it's really interesting, guys. This was forming a perfect time where a lot of people was thinking that the market was just going to raise up to new highs, and I was actually showing these patterns to you guys last week before the Brexit thing happening, and I'm saying, no, I'm not getting this. I just don't see it. So that's what happened on the daily chart. Let's go have a look at, ask me later. Let's go have a look. Just delete these lines. My software is playing up to send. Let's go have a look at the weekly charts now, because the weekly charts is definitely the biggest thing out there. Right. So now let me take everything off the screen. And let me show you what I see on the weekly chart. Now, overall on the weekly chart, if you see what's actually happening here, you can see what's actually going on with this market. And I've been saying for quite some time that the Dow Jones is the weakest overall, is continually the weakest. And you can see this market through here. You can see how that this Dow Jones had a lot of problems breaking through here. But now you also can see this. You can see how this Dow Jones had a lot of support and resistance through there. And now you can see also that the Dow Jones has formed this is now a lower peak, a lower major peak, where the market's actually fallen, ran up, made this lower high, major lower high, and we came down, closed low. And you can notice here, if you look at this chart here, you actually can see how the market, this is a weekly chart, by the way. This is a weekly candles. It could not close below this line here. It could not close below there. It actually bounced off there, held there, could not close below. It actually bounced off there last week. Look where we closed, should I say 2 weeks ago. Look where we closed last week, below that line. Guys, these closing bars or closing prices in markets is definitely a significant level in the markets. And so when you start to notice a level closing below there, that tells me that this is really like, this is now taking another weakness to a whole nother level. Now you guys know that for the last month I've been saying this market looks weak, and one of the reasons was, and still is because the Dow Jones is the weakest, has been forming the weakest patterns overall compared to all the other indices. And that was my first sign. And I was saying, guys, if you look back over here and you look back over here, you'll notice a very similar pattern where the Dow Jones was the weakest and the S&P, compared to the S&P, where the S&P wasn't. And you actually had a close lower there. So that's a very weak sign. So what I'm expecting out of this, I'm expecting a lot more downside. Now, I'm expecting July to be I'm expecting July to be worse than this bit here and this bit here. I'm seeing July is going to be just a hammering month. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to go straight down. We may even rally up for a couple of days into this area of resistance here on the Dow Jones. In fact, that's exactly what I think that may even happen. I don't know. For the short term, who knows what's going to happen? But if we do rally, once we rally, if we rally back up to the 17,500 level, 17,600 level, I think we're likely to pause there. And then I think we're likely to start heading down big as well too. I think July, guys, is going to be a real deadly month. I've been saying that I did say that in May, and I got that wrong in May. I didn't say it about June because I wasn't sure about to say that. But I'm telling you right now, guys, looks like July is going to be a deadly month because the charts are showing this, guys. Now, I want to show you guys something as well too. Looking on the daily chart, you can see that this is what the daily chart looks like here. And you can see what's happened through here, and this is what the daily chart looks like. And we're now forming this was a major, and if you look at this here, get that off the screen. If you look at this here, you had this top here, and you had this top up here, and you had this sort of neckline here. Double top neckline broke down, neckline, double top neckline. We actually broke down. Now we're going to form a major lower trough. So this, to me, even if this thing holds here, now this is on the line chart, even if this thing holds and rallies up a little bit here, again, the 17,600, maybe even to the 17,700, I think we're likely to pause there. If we do get a short-term rally moving into this week, and then I think we're likely to roll over. And once that happens, once we break past these lows here, guys, that's when I think all hell's going to break loose. And we're going to get a much more severe crash than this time, and so on and so forth. That's just what I see. Now, once again, if you go back to my weekly charts, the weekly charts for the line chart, I've been saying for so many months now that the Dow Jones has formed a lower peak. And you guys know, if you guys have been following me for the last couple months, you guys would know that I've been saying the Dow Jones made this lower trough, and it looks like it's forming this lower peak. And that's exactly what it's formed. It's now forming another lower trough here. Guys, that is such a weak sign. Such a weak sign on a weekly line chart. The last couple times that happened, as you can see, the last time we made a lower trough and a lower peak, as you can see, the lower trough, lower peak, we got a big move down, and so on and so forth. So I don't expect it to. It may not work out like exactly like the way that like this here, where the market might. It may not work out when the market drops down straight down like this here. But what I do expect is, or It may not work like that. It may not. It may. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is that whatever happens, in the short term, little up movement, little down movement. I think July overall, guys, is going to see some big red bars overall on the downside. No, I'm not expecting a $5,000 Dow. I am expecting at least a 20% drop. At least a 20% drop. That's a 12,000 Dow by the end of this year. And I said that in last week's video. So guys, overall, I'm seeing a lot more downside movement in this market. So let's go and have a look at the S&P 500. So we now look at the Dow Jones. Let's have a quick look at the S&P 500. It always brings up the SLV chart. S&P 500. So the S&P 500, big selling down day. Obviously, Brexit came out. You guys saw my video last week. I was a happy camper. My goodness. Some people are saying I was on cocaine. No, I'm not on cocaine. It's just when you see something in the charts, guys, that you know that's going to happen, and the market's telling you something big's about to happen in the markets, and it may not be then, it may be in the next month, maybe the next couple of weeks. You just don't know when. You don't know the time, but you know something's about to come out of the markets. And it does, and you position yourself for that. It just gets you excited because what you know about the markets and what you know is likely to happen, and you actually put money on it because you believed that was going to happen because the chart was telling you that, and because you had faith in what you were doing, and then you get rewarded for that faith. Is such a powerful thing. It really is. So same with the Dow Jones. We made a bit of a double top. It actually broke this trend line here as well. As you can see this trend line here that was broken, and you can see this major double top through here, double top through there, and then broken down, making a lower trough now overall. Again, guys, weak sign overall. Now we still are over if you look at this overall, we still are in this big sideways movement through here. So we're still in this big sideways channel. So again, I do expect to see, especially looking at the S&P chart, I do expect to see a little bounce early on. We may get a little bounce early on and continue up through here, but then I think we're just likely to start doing that. As we're at the bottom of this channel now, we're getting selling volume. Yes, a lot of people on talking radio and talking TV are saying this is a buying opportunity. I don't think so myself. And let's go have a look at the weekly charts. The weekly, obviously, this one here, weekly chart. Once again, guys, you can see how it closed below that level there. It's a real significant level there. Looking on the, let's just go have a look at the. We know what the daily chart looks like, but I want to show you this weekly line chart here. This weekly line chart is a very significant level. You had this peak here, and you had this peak here. And one thing, guys, you got to understand is about reading the markets is that you can see this market actually closed above this peak here. And the market, this was actually a false breakout before a drop. And as you can see, right, and again, read this market here for what it is. We had this peak. The market broke above this peak. And what happened? It failed, right? It broke up, and it came back, and it broke up through there, and it failed, and it broke down. That's a weak sign one, right? Because it broke past this previous peak, and it could not hold it. If it was strong, what do you expect? You expect the market just to hold there and just continue up, right? Use this as support, but didn't. It broke back down. But that was weak sign number one. Now, weak sign number two is where the market. Weak sign number two is where the market actually go all the way down and close there, which is lower than this point through here. What is that? That is now a lower low. Weak sign number two. Guys, there's nothing bullish about this chart. For you guys to say this market's going to make new highs, there is nothing bullish about this long-term chart. There is nothing. The market made a false breakout and then broke back down. Broke back down through there. Weak sign number one. Weak sign number two, it actually broke these. And not only did it break this low here, but it broke this low here as well too, and it's almost at this low here. So if you're looking at the lows, it broke that low, and it broke this low here as well. So a couple of lows it broke and now come down again. So it rallies back up to here. We're likely to pause and then break straight back down. So yes, we may get some short-term bounce here, but guys, we are going down. we're going to continue this downward movement, and I think July is going to be a real deadly month, and I think we're going to see a massive crash coming in July. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course, and I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.